Hey everybody, Jay Carpenter, Fahrenheit Advisors. I'm here with someone who's been everywhere of late. We've seen him in Inc.com lists, we've seen him in Forbes, we've seen him in the Breweries and Scott's Edition. He is the co-founder, co-CEO of TemperPack, Mr. James McGoff. James, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Yeah, can't complain.
Can't complain, hanging in there. So what we like to do, just give people what they want. How are you spending your day? What's a typical day like for you in the past 6 weeks or so?
Yeah, sure. Not too much has changed for me personally. A lot of the work that I do can be done remote. So I'm working from my apartment. I'll go into either the R&D lab or maybe the, production facility, maybe once a week. But uh, things are pretty much rolling along as they were before this. I would say as a company, we kind of have three priorities right now. The first is to make sure that nothing interrupts our operation. We make packaging for food and for medicine deliveries, so it's really important right now. And then we also have a couple hundred people working. We want to make sure that nothing's interrupting their ability to get paid every 2 weeks. So that's kind of number one. Number two is just making sure the physical facilities are safe and clean, as safe and clean as we can make them. And we have a really brilliant leadership team that has a bunch of initiatives that they've come up with, and they're doing a great job over there. And then the third priority right now is just communication with both our internal staff about what we're doing, and then also with our customers about where we're at with their orders and capacities and lead times and prices and all that type of stuff.
Yeah. So a lot of us are familiar with the story. You and your team, you're revolutionizing the sustainable packaging world, gone through a couple big raises in the last 5 years, almost 50 million. And if there's any Wi-Fi glitch, that's a 50. That's a varsity number here in Central Virginia and anywhere. So in the past 6 weeks, what has been the biggest change for you and your team that you've seen, either good or bad?
Well, this is really good, but it also has a couple challenging components to it. We've seen sales really, really take a jump up. And that's because, like I said, we're making pretty much a replacement for a styrofoam cooler. We're making it out of plant materials. And our whole thing is about sustainability. But right now, and that was normally growing, the HelloFresh and these meal kits and Blue Apron and, Whole Foods, Amazon, pharmacies, a lot of things are being shipped through the mail that are temperature sensitive. So that was the market that we were in. But this just kind of poured gasoline on it because you have everyone staying at home and everyone wants their groceries and mail ordered medicine. And there's not, infinite supply of things that can insulate really well. So we've seen business just really jump up, which we're very appreciative of and grateful of. But it has some challenges on the operations side for sure.
Sure. And what do you think 6, 9, 12 months from now, what are some of the long-term implications of what's happening for your business specifically?
Well, I'd break it into kind of two things. There's the business environment that we're in, and there's kind of the changes that I think might be lasting as far as how we do business.
Yeah.
In the first sense, the kind of environment that we're in, I think that the market for home delivered groceries was going up, but I think there's going to be kind of a new watermark now because people who are a little bit confused on how it works or a little bit skeptical about the quality or freshness, I think that they've been sort of forced to explore this area. And I think that a large portion of that, even when things kind of return to normal, is still going to be there. So I think it's really expanded the market, and I think that that's going to be either a permanent or pretty long-lasting change. And then as far as the second part, like how we operate in that environment, we've learned a few things that I think we're going to take away from this, or at least I have. One is, you're always going to have a portion of your employees in manufacturing that have to be there physically. You have to load trucks, operate equipment, stuff like that. Engineering teams, your ops teams, a lot of the R&D equipment. But then you also have this other portion. You have, I was just thinking like you have, IT, HR, finance, sales, marketing, and we've been doing pretty good working remotely together. Things like this, things like video. We hadn't really been forced to do those before, and now we're realizing that, hey, this works pretty well. Maybe this is something that we should be a little bit more flexible with in the future as far as where people work and stuff like that. And then the third thing I think is just this has really hit home for me, the importance of really clear and frequent communication with everyone. And I think that's something that we'll just continue to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, right here in Richmond, great Richmond story. They are saving the world and taking over the world at the same time. Great group of guys, great team over there. Everyone stay safe. For James McGoff and TemperPack, I'm Jay Carpenter with Fahrenheit Advisors. We'll talk to you soon.